Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Random Vlogging. Yeah, last week I was naughty and only put out one random vlogging because, my work schedule. One person wrote the schedule, and then another person changed the schedule, and then it's just, work is confusing right now, to be perfectly honest. And it's really exhausting, too. So, this week has not been much better, where the schedule has been changed a couple times now, and it's gotten really confusing to me. But whatever, I'm getting paid, and that's a good thing. So, yes, I apologize about only having one last week. This week, I'm well on my way to having the two I normally have. So, yay! That was fun. Okay, number 2. I have finally gotten my first paycheck, so I am slowly getting to the point where I am going to be financially independent again. It's going to take at least one more paycheck because I had crap tons of bills that were past due that I had to pay. I paid them all off, but now I'm broke again. But it's a lot better, so I'm happy about that. Today, I want to talk about something that's been pissing me off. Mostly because it's people making drama just to make themselves feel better, and I think that's a complete waste of everyone's time. And it all hovers around the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. I think this is an amazing thing. And for those of you that don't know, the last time I heard a statistic, which this is quite a few days ago, so it's possible that the statistic has gotten even larger. Through the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, they have raised $15 million for ALS research. That is mind-boggling. That is amazing. That can do so much for this disease. It really, it will help 100% with trying to find better treatments for it, trying to find a cure, trying to find a cause, for Pete's sake. This is fantastic. One thing I've been seeing fairly regularly are these videos and posts about how people are complaining about it. She's like, well, there's better things you could be doing. If you just donated money instead of dumping a bucket of ice water on your head, there'd be a lot better. Steve-O from, I think it's from Jackass. I might be wrong on this. I don't watch it. So anyway, he did this blog post where he says, well, all these people are wasting their times and they should be donating money. And this is a common thing you see. For those of you that don't know, Child's Play, which is a charity that was started by Jerry Holkins and Mike Krahulik of Penny Arcade fame. This is a charity that what they do is they raise money to put video games and things like that into hospitals for children so that they have something to do to get their mind off the fact that they're in the hospital. A lot of these kids that they're helping are in the hospital for weeks or months at a time, and it's very, very difficult for them. Hospitals aren't fun places for anybody, but for children, they're exceptionally horrible places to be, because you're constantly getting reminded of that there's something wrong with you. A lot of these kids have very serious illnesses that they have to be constantly reminded of their mortality every single day. And so by just having video games and stuff like them for to play, it improves the quality of their life significantly, and it really makes them feel special and things like that. They have been attacked multiple times because they're like, well, you guys are raising all this money for video games. Why aren't you trying to cure diseases, or why aren't you trying to do this and that and that? And I hate that argument, because what it is it's people just trying to make themselves seem like better people by criticizing other people that are doing good things. And it's nuts. It's absolutely bonkers. You wanna know why? Because if Jerry Holkins and Mike Krahulik want to spend their time and donate things and host an auction and they do a golf tournament and all this stuff goes to Child's Play charity. If they want to do that with their money and help these kids out in the way that they feel is the best use of their money, that's wonderful. You know what they could be doing with their money? putting it in CDs and bank accounts and just making more money off of it and becoming filthy, stinking rich because of it. Because they can do that. They're 100%, I mean, it's their money. They've worked their tails off for it. But no, they're giving back to help these kids have something to look forward to. And yet they're getting attacked for it. And the same thing is happening with this ALS thing. There are people like, well, you should be donating, not just dumping a bucket of ice on your head. Blah, 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 blah. There's so many better things. You know, there are kids starving in China. Blah, 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 blah. This is bonkers, guys. First of all, these people that are just dumping buckets of ice on their head have raised $15 million. That is more than any Kickstarter ever. And they're not giving anything away for it. They're not giving autographs. They are dumping buckets of ice water on their head, and they've raised $15 million. Guys, why is this a bad thing? Why do people have to make this big deal of, well, I'm a better person because I'm going to donate instead of dumping water on my head, and you are a bad person because all you're doing is dumping a bucket of water on your head? No. The fact that people are talking about ALS, 90% of the people that are doing this Ice Bucket Challenge probably had never heard the phrase ALS before, or at least not as it applies to this disease. And I have no idea what, I cannot pronounce what the actual disease is called. Most people know it as Lou Gehrig's disease, and the reason they know it because Lou Gehrig was a very famous person that died from it. And so when all these famous people start talking about it, first of all, a lot of them actually donate as well as dumping buckets of ice on their head. That's how they made $15 million. But when famous people talk about something like that, do you know how many other people have donated or done this challenge and spread the news about it further? That's why there's $15 million that have been donated for this. How much you want to bet if all that happened was, you know, Pierce Brosnan came out and said, hey, I'm donating $1,000 to help fight ALS. Do you think they would have raised $15 million? I sincerely doubt, because there's no pageantry. There's nothing, you know, people like to see something. And when you talk about it and when you say things like, oh, yeah, you know, I'm doing the ALS challenge, people will go, well, what in the hell is ALS? And then they'll look it up and they'll educate themselves. And then they'll actually go and donate because, wow, this is something that needs to be fixed. We don't know why it happens. That's crazy. We know why just about everything happens. Well, to be perfectly honest, we don't understand a very large portion of the human body because it's unbelievably complex. But the fact of the matter is, like, we don't know why this happens. We don't know how to fix it. We barely know how to treat it. And 9 times out of 10, the only treatment they can give you is try and make you as comfortable as possible as you slowly lose control of your body and die. So the fact that people are raising awareness, letting other people know that this exists, that this is something that's actually real and needs to be fixed, is wonderful. And they've raised $15 million. I cannot emphasize this enough. $15 million. If I ever have $15 million, I will never have $15 million. If I work my entire life at the salary I'm at right now, I will never have $15 million. It's a lot of money. And these people have done an amazing job getting that money. And now there are all these self-righteous pricks who think that, well, I'm going to talk about how I donate instead of dumping a bucket of ice water on my head. And they're trying to make people feel bad because they're doing that. Don't. Now, there have been some people like Ann Wheaton had a brilliant, wonderfully well-written little post she made about it where she said, you know what, I'm not gonna dump a bucket of ice water on my head, and she had some great reasons in that. But she was very frank in it. She's like, I donated because I think it's a good thing. However, that's not my thing. That's not what I do. And it just very, very well. And if you have a problem with it, that's a great way to say it. So, you know what? I'm going to donate instead of dumping ice water on my head. That's the point of the challenge. If you don't want to do that, then you need to donate. And that's one of the reasons that they've made so much money, because surprisingly enough, it's not an enjoyable experience. So yeah, guys, stop trying to become self-righteous. And obviously I'm preaching to the crowd because I don't think any of my fans would ever do something like that. But seriously, people out there that are doing this, just shut up. All right? These people are doing something amazing, and the only reason that you're picking on them is because you want to feel superior to them. Because these are people that are actually making a difference, and you aren't. And so you have to find someone to attack to make yourself feel better. And that's bully mentality. You are just being a bully and you need to stop, because bullying doesn't get anyone anywhere. It just makes the whole world suck that much more. All right. So that's all for me today. I had my little rant. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit nicer. Yeah, what else? Oh, I got my player's handbook today. So yay, it's over there and I'm not going to get it right now. But yeah, so really, really cool. Awesome. I'm happy about that. I have to work tomorrow, and let's see what else. Yeah, so like, subscribe, yell at me, whatever. If you guys have done the ALS challenge, I have not been I have not been nominated yet. But it's something I'm thinking about doing, just because I think it's an amazing, wonderful thing, and I would love to see my group of YouTube friends do it. So yeah, I'm just knocking that around. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about the ALS challenge, what you think about these dimwits that are attacking people that are doing it. You know, anything you guys want to know. Again, that's all for me today, and I will see you tomorrow for some more random vlogging. Bye bye.